That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome.
Hello there.
My thoughts keep telling
I gotta turn mine up. Whoa.
Keep telling me to let me fuck all that shit.
Yes, sir.
Just let me go.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Europe. This is no badass. You broadcast in all the known land. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tommy Stevens. Shop to the point. Got Biscuit on point and Mr. Matt behind the glass. How y'all doing?
What's going on?
I decided, because we only did blitz calls yesterday, that we would go over this rather quickly, and then you guys can load up the calls and I can finish. Well, it's not really the week finish because we finished on Thursday, but I was going to take a lot of calls today because I know a lot of you want. I saw a big queue, and I only blitz the big queue. So, yeah, we're going to go over some of Def Noodle stuff that from the good work of Mr. Nicholas Diorio. Apparently, and I haven't read all this stuff, so this is going to be a surprise for me. He botched a meme and 2 sexual assault stories in like an hour. And the funny thing is, I have this theory, right? That when Nick made his video on Def Noodles, I noticed his Twitter account got really, really aggressive with this kind of defamation horseshit, botching stories, taking serious issues and making them satirical, like sexual assault and stuff like that. So I'm of the opinion that he is like double, quadrupling, tripling down. And I think, we have our, YouTube mainstream cop. What's her name? What's the reporter's name? Kat, what's her name?
Cat 10 bars.
Yeah, they're never going to report it. She's an ally. It doesn't matter how many lives he ruins as long as he appears to be on the same side as their political ideology. So I thought we'd go over this. I think Def Noodles attracts a different crowd, not even an internet crowd. And it's completely. I don't think you could chip away at him.
You think normies watch them?
I think a new type of internet person, right, watches them.
I think if normies are going to watch anything, it'll probably be Def Noodles. Out of all the other.
You might be right. You might be right. I just feel like maybe I'm just so disconnected from the normies that I feel like nobody on YouTube is watched by your
he just hit on okay. I mean, I gotta be honest with you, like the stuff he does, Bobax is taking more shit for getting less wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't even think that he shouldn't have taken shit when he botched stuff back in the day before Twitter versus. I so many people have look what happened to Turkey Tom.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that wasn't a legit botch, but I don't think Tom went into it like looking to botch it and saying, well, I'll just spend my cloud capital to get out of it. And it doesn't even feel like he's spending cloud capital at all. It's
he just
completely
blocks and moves on.
Yep, that's exactly.
I really think I really think the trick with him, the trick is don't watch him. I mean, that would be the best thing to do if you just look. If he's keeping you in because you're just sitting there waiting to see who he slanders next, or just botches a story, or just twists the truth, which was what he does. Thank you, Clever Nugget. Do appreciate it. Then I don't know what else to tell you because people say
it's really hard though, isn't it? Because it's like that. It's like that thing where once you reach a certain size on the internet, you're basically untouchable.
I don't think so. I don't think anybody's untouchable. I don't believe that. It just depends on who does the exposed video.
Maybe.
I don't believe that. But it is wild that he's got a standard that it's completely different than the one I'm held to. I believe you. Yeah.
That's easy.
Right,
he has a different standard because if he's proven wrong, he just replies with, "It's just a joke, bro."
Yeah. And just like that, fully mask off. Hey, Morpheus Brusses. Not sure if you're up from your nap. So here's a recap of things James Charles has been doing. Allegedly, sexting 6 minors, confessed to 2. Catfishing, sexually harassing fans. Maybe give James another Kids' Choice Awards, Nickelodeon. Yeah, and maybe he's just taking Ethan's lead. You know, I mean, he can break every single internet norm without any kind of just tells me that people that are not internet people are watching them. I can't stand them. I wish somebody would take up covering everything going on. Well, they did, Jessica. They did. Nick did. I mean, I don't know what more. I mean, even Keem, which I thought was the missing piece, has mentioned what a crook this guy is. What a ridiculous person this guy is.
Even Repzilla has mentioned him.
Yeah, there is he's alone in the world. There's no doubt about it. And you know, a couple months ago, I would have said you can't do this without you can't do this without. But he's managed to do it pretty much. Yeah. All right, Def Noodles just completely botched rape allegations. I'm aware at this point that most of you are aware that he's a bad actor in the community. After seeing the video, it seems to entered another level. Thanks for almost £3. How about a community crusade of Def Noodles? I don't know. I'm not big on that kind of stuff. Like,
yeah, that seems like the I
think because then we become him.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
We will crusade. I don't know. It'll make it. It doesn't. Here's the way this shit works. Okay. That's what Keem taught me today. You collab with somebody and you share an audience. They build you up. Then you start drama, make it look like the other guy did it, and take their fans and move on.
We've actually talked about that before.
Yeah,
that's
a lot of money, I guess. For
that relies on. No, I mean, if he covers a lot of stuff in various communities and no one really does that. I mean, he covers a lot from various communities. And there is some truth in that. Well, I cover from multi communities for years.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who do what Def Noodles does.
Look, the one thing I will compliment him on is his unique presentation. In fact, he probably may even have a DM for me when he was coming up. I was like, this is pretty unique. And I was not that I'd taken that kind of content, but I knew when I saw Def Noodles that he would be hitting 100K because, you know, he gets you. I had no idea what a crook he is. I mean, he's a crook.
Did you know what he started doing? What he first was doing? He was covering Filipino celebrities, like singing and stuff.
Oh, really?
He hit the Filipino algorithm. So
Really?
everything was Filipino.
Okay.
Credit where it's due. He must have thought to himself, "Hey, underserved market on YouTube, right?"
Well, the one Brazilian guy says he's done well in Brazilian YouTube a few times and just crashes and burned after everybody comes after him. And that's another thing. Everything that's happening to him now has already happened. So it's not like he hasn't been under he goes into every community and drives everybody crazy because he's just so damn dishonest. All right, let me get back to this. It seems they enter a level. Say what you want about fragrant targeting of YouTube sponsors and controversial figures like David or James Farr. This is different. Today, a TikToker made a post about a situation pertaining currently 18 public figure Little Huddy. He, Chase, was staying at a hotel that he was near his accuser's apartment during a tour 2 to 3 years ago. They were in Portland, Oregon, and at the time the two had been talking because both of them found each other attractive. She claims this aspect of her friendship was consensual. Little Huddy asked her to come out and meet him in the hotel. She entered the room and allegedly had some sort of sexual interaction. The accuser claims she didn't say no. Quote, she didn't say no because she didn't want anything to seem annoying at the time and because she didn't want Chase to tell his friends. She didn't do it. After the tour, Chase ghosted her / blocked her, which I think we can all admit is kind of crappy. She feels like she was used and betrayed by Chase. All right, fair enough. She publicly acknowledged that it's no way Chase's fault for not knowing that she was feeling or going inside her brain, didn't tell him, etc. She said she did what she did with Chase because of power dynamic.
I hate that fucking argument.
Right.
I fucking hate it.
Well,
he's more famous than me, so I felt I had to do whatever he told me to. Who told you that?
Well, yeah, apparently you're a child and have no agency.
Yeah.
Eventually, Little Huddy's team reached out to the accuser, and she promptly made the video private. I guess this is it right here. Video unavailable. Okay. Right. Def Noodles. This is the heart of it. Def Noodles reported on the allegation, with the following caption. If it's still there. No, he clipped it. Serious CW, sexual assault. So this guy's a dick.
Yep.
A dick. And he writes sexual assault. So, I mean, a little Huddy, he got money.
This bears interesting mirrors to that story we talked about, what was it, last week with the Game Grumps? Same exact kind of beginning to the tweet, right?
I think he was all over that.
Where it turns out it's complete bullshit.
I mean, it's like everything that I hate to do in this business, this guy just revels in and makes the shit. Part of the reason I hate doing it is because, God forbid, I screw it up. And even if you don't screw it up, you can screw it up. If you just, a TikToker alleges Chase Hudson, a.k.a. Little Huddy, allegedly sexually assaulted her during a Lights Out TikTok tour. She says she felt powerless to say no because of his status. She adds, after the tour was over, Chase allegedly blocked her on social media. Def Noodles made a clickbait tweet that implied that the 15, 16-year-old Little Huddy allegedly raped her. And there are already articles citing his tweet. Now, this is the damage that he's doing. Yep. He had another tweet directly after it and walking back in the following message. Let's see. Gone.
Yep. Wiped.
This is...
interesting, huh?
This is defamation.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
The TikTok... I got something that it can show you.
All right, well, let me finish. The TikToker elaborated in saying it's not Chase Hudson's fault for not knowing what is going on in her head, but it is her fault for blocking her elsewhere. She added that he made her feel used, and using somebody isn't a crime, of course. Anyone with half a brain seeing the story or being remotely charitable would instantaneously come to the conclusion that what she alleges here is not sexual assault in any capacity.
Yes.
This is a situation between two minors, and the accuser admits that it's not Chase's fault because he literally had no idea.
Story over.
Yeah.
Story over.
Not a block it too, to be honest with you. Exaggerating and shining a light on a lukewarm allegation is the hyperbolized? What's that word?
Hyperbolized.
Hyperbole. Yeah, I knew it was a root of hype, but I've never heard that one.
Yeah.
Matter which trivialized sexual assault, sexual abuse. It also clearly shrouded the power dynamic basis / garbage Twitter is desperately trying to force people to conform to.
Yeah.
That's the best line you ever wrote, because that's the truth. But I didn't think you believe that. Pretending that, quote, meeting a 15-year-old, 16-year-old TikTok star at a hotel and wanting to impress his friends is the same as a boss-to-employee power dynamic is disingenuous and pretty offensive to me personally when you use it on someone who was like literally 15, 16-year-old child at the time. I don't want somebody who lives his life in Ethan Klein's back pocket and somebody who's frankly this stupid being the voice of victims in this community. It is dangerous. He seems to have gone completely nuclear since my video release. I agree with that too. I think he's like, fuck you. I mean, the dopamine this guy must be on should be incredible. And honestly, I'm starting to think like, all right, how does he collapse? It's probably going to have to happen within his own community. That's it. That's the only way he's gone. This could be because of me, but more likely it's because Twitter account has gained significant following in the last 2 weeks. Either way, implying a kid raped someone isn't harmless clickbait. It is interesting that the mainstream, like out of all the commentators that cover these stories, out of all the people on YouTube, and how lazy our modern mainstream journalists are if they're going to Def Noodles or even just Twitter in general. I mean, most of these people that report this stuff are not journalists. They're content creators. I mean, it must be the easiest thing in the world to be a serious journalist. I mean, Jesus Christ, anybody can do this shit.
You're just now realizing journalism is dead?
Most of the sources are the people they hate. I mean, do you really? I mean, like they're a bunch of idiots.
Yep.
Applying either way, a kid rapes somebody isn't harmless clickbait. It's degeneracy. It's the kind of behavior that's extremely dangerous. And the way Def Noodles is using it, his account is extremely irresponsible. That's putting it lightly. Def Noodles, more like undone noodles. Am I right? I'll get... shut up. Serious sexual assault. TikTok Chase Hudson. Yeah, TikToker alleges Chase Hudson, a.k.a. Little Huddy. I mean, Little Huddy's... like, how old is he now?
I guess he's got to be around 18, but I think at the time they were both underage. Anyway.
Is he a millionaire?
That I don't know.
Make him homeless.
He's 18 years old now.
What's he worth? Go net worth.
I'm looking for it. Net worth 350,000 to 475,000.
Oh, that's not much. But well, for somebody his age, that's pretty good.
But he's still starting. He's not a big star.
But
the thing is, doing it at this early stage, you can completely sink him.
Yeah, but having that much money, I'd be like, maybe I don't want to do this. Maybe I want to spend this.
The point is, doing it to anybody is a piece of shit move. Doing this to anyone, regardless of their size or their fame or their net worth, it is a bullshit thing to do. The claim, there was no claim. She said herself there was nothing. It was nobody's fault, and you turned it into rape, which happens every fucking day on the internet. Really Why do we keep going through this? Is my question.
Well,
Why?
First of all, it does collect. I think that's something you have to put across with Deaf Noodles. Deaf Noodles is literally banking. I'm not saying that I've never made money reporting a tragic story. I've made plenty. All right, but Deaf Noodles is because it is electric. If you're tweet, see, people don't come to me for those type of stories because I mostly roll my fucking eyes at them, and I'm never going to sit there and preach to you like and say ridiculous things like power dynamic and we have to look out for victims and believe. I reject that. So they're not people aren't looking for me or someone like me to go. But Deaf Noodles is willing to pander to that crowd. So that's pretty much what people just want to hear this crap that they hear on daytime television in the United States where people talk in this manner over everything. And it's just people that are completely can't handle anything in life. Anything. It's truly amazing. So Nick writes, this week in Who Could Have Seen This Coming, Deaf Noodles literally reported a meme as pedophilia allegation in the now deleted tweet archive. Oh, let's check it out. Okay. Who could have seen this coming? James Charles exposed a 14-year-old boy who alleges James Charles reached out to him on Instagram DMs asking him to add on Snapchat. Boy informs James he's 14, and James replies, how about now? James commented on the TikTok from 2020. How about now? So I guess that's a fucking meme of some sorts. Yeah. Okay. You can clearly see Dennis makes the pedophile allegation towards James Charles based on a TikTok that's tagged #mean, #funny from December. All the, lazy journalists are just going to Twitter to do their job, and why doesn't he just do the same type of shit?
Isn't he just taking his lessons now from big journalists? Because this is exactly what they do.
Yeah, I know. And they take his stuff. It's really, I don't know how anybody can believe anything they see on television now. It's unbelievable to me.
Yep.
It's just unbelievable to me. You wonder like why people question like the direction of government. I got to frame this really fucking carefully. That's now a lot of money, of the way the government's handling COVID. And if you question them, everybody has a big thing. You're spreading fucking false information.
Not only that, you get fucking whacked off the internet.
Yeah, you get whacked off the internet until Dr. Fauci, who's been a big mask advocate. I'm not saying masks are wrong. I think you should wear them. But Texas numbers are going down since they enter the mask mandate. And Fauci's like, I don't know. So, look, the reason I'm putting that on there is, look, I never believed the mask were going to save somebody's life to begin with, right?
That was always my point from the beginning.
I just thought, probably, I'm sure do something, but I can't question that because I'll get my YouTube channel taken down. Mm-hmm. And look, there's a lot more time to go in Texas. I don't know how you believe Deaf Noodles. I don't know how you believe NBC News. I don't know how you believe Kat, what's her name, or Stephen Ashfresh. They're all a bunch of fucking incompetent liars. Yep. Even this fucking guy doesn't know what the fuck's going on, and he's the expert. And that's the guy that the information. This is Deaf Noodles right here. Right? He gives us the fucking information, and everybody just goes out and regurgitates it. Well, what if the person you're counting on for the information is wrong, either accidentally or deliberately, like Deaf Noodles? I don't know how you believe anything anymore. Can't question the election. Can't whoa,
bro. Yeah, it's not
like how do you believe any of these people after watching what happened the last 4 years? It's just unbelievable to me. And he's of this community. He's of this mindset. And he's going to hurt individuals.
I sent you evidence that it's a meme, by the way. It's
Okay,
in your DMs.
sure.
It's the fourth picture on the tweet.
Surely. I'll take a fourth picture on the tweet. Let's see. It's that's right. Internet Unwind has a really good manatee fund. And business stores are still requiring us to wear a mask. Yeah.
It's just it's not
but that's a
mandated
private
by
company.
the state anymore. That's
a private company. But no one's gonna.
And that's one of the things I was saying from the beginning. If you just let businesses do it, everything would have been fine. There would have been no arguments.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Absolutely sure. And then you have your choice. This is non-mask, and I ain't going there. I can't catch COVID.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
there would have been no problems.
Yeah. Why is Florida and Texas the most evil perpetrators and spreaders of the virus not spreading the virus?
Yep.
So, and Dr. Fauci said, weren't we just hearing just a month ago, and the head of the CDC was crying, and we have this fourth wave, and she fears for our future. What's going? I don't know how anybody could take one fucking source, including doctors, on anything. I'm not making a political statement here. I'm using Fauci and I'm using COVID as an example, right? When did one person become fucking God? How do you source Deaf Noodles, a guy that openly says he's satire, as fact when it comes to something as serious?
My philosophy has always been, when looking up news or any kind of information on the internet, always look up as many sources as you can. Because there's going to be biases everywhere you go, and people are going to have their own slants.
I think
you gotta take a little bit from everything.
I think it's some level people believe, look, they couldn't be lying this much because somebody would call them out for it. That's not true. That's at least not true anymore. I can't remember the last guy who got fired for botching his story. It happens all the time. They're completely unapologetic about it. Ha ha ha, deep breath, ha ha ha. All right, here we go. This is Internet Online, who's got a movie. Because it's like 40 minutes. I haven't seen it yet, but I do recommend it because I do trust Internet Unwind. But who the fuck knows? Check some other sources besides him. Could have seen this guy. Okay, here's the thing.
It's a fourth pick, Tommy.
Yeah, here we go. How about now?
Over.
Oh, Jesus.
One more.
Christ.
There you go.
Yeah. Hashtag funny. Hashtag meme.
Wow.
This is hardcore proof of him flirting with a minor. Meme. Hashtag meme.
And the fact that he was underage at the time too. I mean, he was.
He also did another TikTok right after this as another joke TikTok.
Unbelievable.
So it's pretty much solidified that it's
which in reality, what it is it's probably him trying to take control of the narrative, right? To play it to his advantage. Oh, look what I did now! Ha ha ha! You know what I mean? Because everybody's talking about it.
Well, so the satirical Deaf Noodles is taking satirical tweets.
As fast.
Yeah.
It's just a prank, bro.
The other part about it was, I don't want to call another guy a psychopath. All right, I'm not going to do it. But you do have to fucking wonder how he can sleep at night.
Oh, he's just an asshole. It's that simple. He just doesn't give a fuck about what he says it does. All he cares about is the fact that the money rolls in after he does it.
Wow, nothing's happened. No, nothing bad's happened yet.
No, that's true.
I mean,
not for lack of trying.
He's a grown-ass man that darkens his skin and wears cat ears. Maybe once you've embarrassed yourself like that, there's just nothing else can be done. There you go. So I'm going to give you guys a full almost 30 minutes to call in. And you can talk. I'll open the phones. Fuck it. I mean, I don't know. I don't even like doing Deaf Noodles because if you haven't figured it out, most of the people, when I made that goof, we're going to have a racial DNA challenge. Then some idiots took literally between Nick, who's more black, the Sicilian or the Brazilian.
It's pretty even.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
Yeah. It was obviously a goof. And, to this day, I hear you were questioning his death. No, it wasn't. It was fucking funny.
Again, nobody can take a fucking joke, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody.
No, why take a joke when you can pretend, even if you know it's a joke, you can twist it.
I mean, the best part is he's a stand-up comedian. He says he's a stand-up comedian. You can't take a joke.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I saw his stand-up comedy. I was so impressed.
Here's the thing: is he fucking stupid, or is it all deliberate?
I think it's just the school system, I guess. Yeah. I know. I think it's a byproduct of feelings are paramount, and they squash truth and facts.
Yep.
My feelings. I saw somebody get in trouble the other day, and like this triggered a disorder. Yeah. And I was like, I just got the feeling, this is what you do every time, isn't it? And this is what you did when you were a teenager, when you had trouble. So it just goes right into adulthood. Yeah. My dad told me, was it what my dad told me? And he's not in the corporate world anymore, but he did hear something about where either he used to work or somebody he used to work with, I forget what. Woman was having trouble at work. She's like in her mid to late 20s. And they told her if she didn't pick it up, that things were going to change and she wouldn't be a part of the future of the company. And her mother called into HR.
That's a lot of money, I guess, for a person of color.
I don't think this is that uncommon.
Wait a minute.
So I think her that, mother? Like, you get that, if you get that mentality where feelings are paramount, mental health is paramount. My thing is, but I have a mental health problem, so you can't fire me. Yeah, we can. You know, I'm sorry about your mental health problem, but you can't handle this. But the kids have been taught that mental health is paramount. That's why whenever they get in trouble on YouTube,
if whatever your issue is so bad that it's preventing you from functioning in the real world, that's your problem that you need to sort out.
You don't have a mental health problem. You're disabled.
Yeah,
exactly.
As someone who's like been through that shit, like it's like you can't just blame everyone else. Try to like take some like virtue of saying like
see that I'm not talking about. I'm not criticizing. See, I think you're misunderstanding me, man. I'm not criticizing people that have legitimate mental health problems. I'm not even talking about guys that people that use it. I'm saying this is so much a part of the culture that anybody will do this to get out of trouble.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's where regular people who most likely do not have anything wrong with them are using it anyways.
That's the thing. I can't get through to you, the guys. I'm not talking about using it. I'm talking it's so ingrained that it's like almost like telling somebody to get off your ass. Your excuses don't matter no matter what they are. And if they are excuses that you can't function, you need to move on.
Yep.
And that somehow, if you go in on somebody like that, it can be a defense, and like that person, like you're going, which just slows down everything. It's a stick in the wheel production.
If you as a boss tell somebody that, you just get sued for fucking discrimination.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I am ill. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what they could do over here?
That's a fucking problem too.
All you have to do is, it can be like Germany. Like, I don't know how anything gets done. And I noticed my wife works for other people that are willing to go to the doctor and say, I got my feelings hurt and my mental health. And they'll get up, and the doctor over here, you're off. A month. Wow. I remember. Yeah.
That's insanity.
Oh, no. That's the future of the United States. It happens over here. It happens over here all the time.
Fucking crazy.
10 years ago, I was playing World of Warcraft with a guy of Sweden. He hadn't been to work in 2 years. He broke it up with his girlfriend, and the government paid for him to stay home and play World of Warcraft. That's where this leads.
Are you serious?
But the thing is,
I know
you don't realize
problems with this. I know I've heard it before.
Yeah, I mean, this is in Europe. It's coming. It's coming because mental health or
if I
feelings
get
are paramount
because my girl leaves me, I now qualify for disability.
Yeah, if you go in there and convince him, that it's a condition, that would be the asterisk.
I can't even convince them to give me a new leg.
I would rather you get a leg than somebody get treatment for being an asshole. All right.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So here's the thing. Why were we talking about this? I'm trying to explain Deaf Noodles to you. I think the world is that fucked up where somebody can just go openly fucking make shit up, lie, hurt people. But as long as he's on the right side of things, it's okay. And it's not just the reporters, and it's not just the media. It's the people that support him. Because I got a bunch of shit from his fans, and everybody was, pulling, you're all right, you're a Nazi. It's the only really time I got hit up with that shit before. So I just ignored it, and it went away, and it did. So that's who's watching him. And I got to be honest with you, those people are fucking weak, and they are a stick in the spokes of the bicycle of society. There you go. There's my theory.
I gotta wonder if it's a giant grift. I really do.
Hey, what
No,
up?
for Noodles it is, not for the jerk off trying to get ass
for Noodles. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
For Noodles and people like him. That's what I meant.
Fearless Soldier, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, man?
You tell me.
What up?
So yeah, with the whole depression thing and whatnot, like with how the Sweden story thing that you were telling about, like, was fucking crazy. Like, I've been diagnosed with like PTSD and shit. It's like, I don't give a shit. I'm going to work. I'm fucking contributing.
But I bet you didn't have to. Are you in Sweden now?
Better.
Are you in Sweden?
No, I'm in Jersey.
I'm not talking.
That's
Man.
probably
word.
What did I say? I said it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. So
I hope
just
not.
wait a little while.
It'll be crazy.
Wait a little while. Wait a little while. That's
And
all.
and even with the Deaf Noodles thing, though, it's like, you know, I know you guys talk about him every now and then, Tim Pool, you know?
Yeah.
Like, probably one of the only good journalists I'll watch nowadays, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you watch?
Yeah. I used to follow
like
me until my account. I talked to him a few times.
Oh, have you? Oh, that's awesome.
No, we're not getting him on, so don't bother.
Stop sucking his balls now.
Yeah, I had good interactions with him. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, I fucking wish. I run like his subreddit and whatnot, so it's like.
Oh really?
And I haven't,
I'm friends with his brother.
I've never met the guy though.
I'm friends with his brother. Just did a podcast.
Yeah, I
with
heard.
him.
Oh really?
Trash Rats. I did a Trash Rats podcast.
I'm learning some shit now.
His brother's a great guy.
They don't get.
What?
Yeah, they don't get along though. You know.
I think things are better.
Yeah.
I think things are.
Oh,
better.
it is getting better. Okay.
That's why. That's
good to hear.
I'm not going into more than that, but I think things are better.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good thing for both of them because I like them both.
Yeah, you know.
All right. Thanks for the call, buddy.
Like I have a brother.
Pars.
Wang said in the chat, Deaf Noodles fans are mostly wine ants. As far
I
as
believe him.
What are wine
I
ants?
believe him.
All right.
Like,
I'm not as
like winos.
Karens. Karens.
Like
Pretty much.
Karens. Yeah.
Ants that drank a lot of wine.
Oh,
sit around the house.
winos. Wine ants.
Yeah.
I've never heard. Winos. I've heard. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, he does appeal to that. Yeah.
Yeah, if he's modeling himself like in his bio after shows like the soup,
You know what'll bring an end to Deaf Noodles?
What's that?
If we can get the Karens to riot. The Karens are rioting on Deaf Noodles.
You can't control the Karens. It's like the Infinity Gauntlet. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. No, but see, that's the thing about the Karens. It's like a tide. It could come crashing in at any moment. You never know.
You never know when it's going to hit.
I was in Hurricane Andrew. I was in Florida Panhandle, and if anybody remembers, it went through like Miami, cut up, and went towards Louisiana. Okay, so I'm in the kind of middle of that in the Gulf of Mexico, and the waves really, even though we didn't get hit, the waves really picked up. So that's why I see Karens. So if a hurricane can just sort of graze them, they might crash ashore. That's what I think.
That's a lot of money, I guess, for a person.
Sure, it is. Is Biscuit wearing his Enzo shirt? I can't see. Are you really?
Bada boom, realest guy in the room. How you doing?
He's from Jersey. By the way, he's from Jersey. He's not even from Brooklyn. He does a Brooklyn
I know.
accent. Yeah, he's from Jersey.
He's not even Italian. His last name is Arndt.
Are you kidding me? That whole thing was.
That's all bullshit.
It's all bull. He's not even Italian.
Nope.
Oh, that's so funny.
I mean, he's from the coast though, so
he's probably grew up around. He's like me.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
He's like me. Grew up around a lot of Italians.
Nah.
I watched Deaf Noodles video and contracted a mental illness when I went to my manager to demand a month off. Now I'm fired. US ain't there yet. Yeah, that's all right. Look, you might think my take is stupid, and you know what? Maybe it is. You're worth the welcome. But that's the only thing I can explain. I can't come up with anything else. And maybe I'm not on that plane. Period. Just whatever. Let's put on Stefan Carbino. Hello, sir. Long time. You jerk off.
Yeah.
All right, turn yourself up or something. Go.
I'm on mic.
I see that.
I'm on my cell phone. So, anyways, so I feel like Deaf Noodles needs to really get his shit together. Soon enough, he'll make the wrong story on the wrong person, and he'll go from Deaf Noodles to Dex. And I don't wish any violence, but that would be. He was asking.
Huh?
I can't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. You can't. I think I think it wasn't a good idea what you said. I think I know what he said. It's probably not a good idea. Poop. You're on the air.
Hey, what's good? Wait,
You tell me.
let me read the stream. How you been?
Don't start that shit. What do you want?
Dear Rajada's here. It's me, bro. What's up? We
I
should
don't
do
know.
time.
I have no time. Shit.
Out with you.
Yeah, it's talk show. It's not talking about me. I don't mind if you say hello, but it's not a regular phone call. You're Valley. You're on the air.
Hey, Tommy.
How can I help you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, you sound clear. Yeah.
Okay. How long do you think it'll take for Ethan to drop Death Noodles the moment he fucks up?
It depends on the fuck up.
If that's a fuck up, he could just lie for him. Yeah, sure.
I mean,
He would definitely cover for him. He would definitely defend him for like the random bullshit that he's been doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the only way for Ethan to actually publicly drop him would be for some evidence to come out of him committing some kind of not even a crime, but some bad act that the type of which he reports on. You know what I'm saying?
Like saying the N-word, like PewDiePie, the bridge incident.
Yeah,
Even that I don't think he would.
I think. Well, I think see N-word. No, N-word could hurt him.
You think so? Well, because of his audience.
Because
yeah.
it's virtual. Yeah, N-word could hurt him.
Oh yeah.
Too bad he doesn't do a live show. He could trick him into saying and ask for knee grows or some shit like that. You can speak to knee grows.
Oh man.
Yeah. That would be fantastic. But no, I don't really have an answer for you. As far as no, it's gonna have to come within, I
honestly don't think there's much that would make Ethan get rid of you because of the kind of it's the type of
I think all you got to do is just have Ian's micro penis down your fucking throat, and I think you'll be right. There you go. Take care. I really think that's it. Oh, he's fed it. Adam, all right. Adam, you're on the air.
Can you hear me?
Huh?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I just kind of want to say something on the Death Noodle situation. Imagine being like Death Noodle's father or something. You're wealthy, or if we're going off the IMDb page here, you're Warner Brothers executive. You're living a good life. You're pretty rich. You have a son. You raise your son. You end up moving to Brazil, raising there for a few years. Your son grows up. He moves out of the house. And then a few years later, you see him online wearing cat ears and botching these kind of allegations. Well,
I mean, he works in Hollywood. He's probably proud of him. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, he definitely is. They got to be of the same political stripe.
He made it on his own in that alt-right internet cesspool.
Yep. In the face of all that hate, all that Nazi hate, he succeeds.
Or maybe he did come here with only his shirt in his back because his father threw him out because he's such a fucking loser. Ever think of that? The story's like half true. He came out because his father didn't want to see him again. Yeah.
He kicked him out so hard he had to leave the country.
Yeah, he leave the country. Because I mean, I don't think being a lying sack of shit is something new. I don't think this just came with YouTube. I think this is something that's followed him most of his life.
Possibly, yeah.
What was that when he did that stupid Brazilian video? Who was that? Was that a big channel? What was that called? What was that video?
All I know, and this may be something new to you guys, is I remember when, for some reason, I used to watch Death Noodles, but on his channel, he had a...
Oh, that's it. You've lost all respect.
What did you say?
He had a channel link for some time. I think he deleted it, but it was a channel where he covered Brazilian drama, and he spoke Brazilian pretty fluently from what I could tell. So
he doesn't speak Portuguese. He spoke Portuguese.
Yeah, it's Portuguese. So, I mean, if he's not lying about his nationality, then of course he would speak Portuguese.
Here it is. Okay, this Flamma thing right here. This is him. Looking very Caucasian. So this is a pretty big channel. September was 6 years ago, 5 years ago, North and 5. Like, why didn't he go up this? Why did he go this angle? This is obviously some kind of team, right? Where are they now?
This seems like the normie channel to me.
Well,
yeah, this does seem like
I don't know if that was his channel. I think he just got an acting role, right?
Maybe.
I think he was playing like a little character or something.
Why we should celebrate? I guess this is groups of Hispanics. What was the whole thing behind this?
I think it was something like a
Flamma,
Hispanic, like
creator of comedy music and bona fide fan of llamas and tacos. So this was a Mexican guy's channel.
Apparently.
Why we should celebrate Fidel Castro's death. I might watch that video. I only got 64.
I was about to say, credit where it's due. You wouldn't expect to see that video on this channel.
Yeah,
based, bro. Based.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
He took
So
that
the
one
thing
on
I'm
the
kind
chin.
of questioning is if Death Noodle's story is true, he was raised in Brazil, or like born and raised in Brazil. Obviously, Brazil or Portuguese would be like his first language.
Or
right?
wasn't it that he was born here and then they moved to Brazil?
That's what,
I don't think you could believe a fucking word of IMDb without his death. I don't think it's very relevant. I'm perfectly honest with you, Adam. It doesn't matter. There's no way to. If the guy told me the fucking, you know, if the guy told me like the sky wasn't blue, I'd question it. I mean, he's completely and utterly full of shit. So I don't know what his story, how relevant his, you know, when I was talking about his racial makeup and stuff, it was a joke. I wasn't being literal. All right. Thanks for the call, man. Mr. Vid.
Hey, Tommy, what's up?
How can I help you?
I just want to say, I think that screenshot you showed of Death Noodles with a mouthful, I think that was actually him after he getting a load from Ethan.
Yes. You have anything else to say?
Your Honor, I'm not guilty because I'm just playing a character. It's all satirical.
I hate Death Noodle shows. With bloody passion.
Oh, man.
All right. Darkblade, you're on here.
You know what?
What?
I just have to say, since when do we take a person seriously that gets more spray tan than Donald Trump?
I don't know, but the joke sucked. Do you have anything else to say?
Okay. Last thing I want to say is that I think Death Noodles deserves to. I can't wait till someone makes false allegation against him and see how he reacts to that shit when the hand's on the other foot. With him fucking making false allegations.
I like he's dragged out of his apartment, you know, get a perp walk, and he says, "It was Death Noodles. It wasn't me." That'd be great.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think he's just gotten lucky that he hasn't had like a major backlash from his actions yet. But like everyone knows, luck does run out, and it's only a time until
I know
he's fucked up already.
The commentary community will probably celebrate like we've never you'll see people that hate each other just like holding hands and getting along when that day happens.
Internet peace will be achieved for that day.
Yeah, you'll get a month of commentary peace if something like wrecks his credibility permanently. Oh man, it'll be.
And also about the power thing, the power dynamic crap. It sounds to me a lot more like someone who's a gold digger and wants to try to do anything to have themselves like established with a rich person, so then they could try to get their assets whenever they marry them or some shit.
I don't think it goes that far. I think it's because the way social media is, it's that easy to build a following just by saying so and so raped me or assaulted me, right?
Yeah, it's money in the bank.
Yeah. So whether it's real or not, just saying it gets you the fan base. Because of the crazies who are going to go, oh, we must believe. They're telling the truth. They would not say this for no reason. You know?
And I think the only way to stop that is for them to make a law to where doing that shit's against the law. If it's false.
It is.
Proven false.
It already is. It already is.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Well,
it's called defamation.
Then why the fuck aren't these people in jail?
Because it doesn't work. Because the world doesn't work like that. You got a prosecutor, and they have to take it up, but it's difficult to prove. And
forgive me, I'm retarded.
If you're gonna sue them,
learn the laws and shit.
Yeah.
If you're gonna sue them, it's most likely useless because these people probably already don't have money, so they're not collectible.
A lot of times too, with defamation, it depends on intent, and proving intent is next to impossible. Yeah, like it's what were you thinking the time that you said it? How do you prove that? You know. Yep. All right, get out of here. You're retarded. Just like you said. Bye. Yeah, you too. Sir Throbbing Hood. I like the funny names. It makes me want to pick them. Did I throw them out? Sir Throbbing Hood, you're on here.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
No. Speak louder.
Okay.
Louder.
Okay.
Louder!
You're like my mom.
All right, get to the point.
Okay. Is there has Death Noodles done anything that could legally get him in trouble?
I'm not a lawyer, but I know he's not telling the truth, so take that for what it's worth. I don't know
bet he
how
could be sued for defamation.
I don't know illegal in
I
the
don't think
sense
he's there
civil,
yet.
the civil court. Yeah, he tells people somebody's sexually assaulting someone.
Yeah.
It just simply isn't true. Yeah, I would imagine, but I don't talk to Nick Rekieta.
I think it would be a tough case just as of right now. But if he keeps doing it, it's going to get worse.
It just depends on who he does it to and has the money. Here's another thing. James Charles, here's another problem with if you're a public figure too. You have to show loss. James might be able to show some loss after this. And maybe that's what he's waiting to do. Yeah. He's showing loss, and he's got to prove that loss came from his statements. Good luck.
I mean,
that's the hard part.
You could like, well, then he'd have more of a case against like Keem or Ethan.
Yeah, I think he'd go after Ethan before Death Noodles.
Yeah. So there you go. So I mean,
You want proof of how hard it is to prove how much it cost him. Look, you brought up on Nikita before, right?
Yeah.
Look at the Vic Mignogna lawsuit. He had proof and he still lost.
I don't know that he had proof. I think.
I mean, it felt like it.
Yeah.
The fact that he had a contract canceled right after that kind of enough.
What'd you say? It felt like it. That was the problem.
Yeah, you're right.
I think if as Death Noodles gets bigger and gets more subscribers, he could be detrimental to somebody like that.
This is going to ruin his platform.
I think
maybe he's a Newsweek plant.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
If he gets more subscribers, though, then he'd have like more money for like to lawyer up.
Could be. Then he could be able to defend
himself.
himself.
The bigger he gets, and the more damaging he.
And maybe his daddy pick up the tab. Who knows? Thanks for the call, man. His daddy might pick up the tab. Zios, you're on the air. Are you Greek? Zios?
Chaos. No, it's chaos.
All right. Well, you're a woman. That's a good name. Go ahead.
Yep. So, sorry.
Just turn the stream down or whatever's echoing.
I'm ADD.
I see.
Okay. Now I can't hear you.
Why not?
We're not talking.
Are you on a phone?
What's going on with that? That's weird. Sorry, I can't hear you.
Why not? Why can't you hear me? Yeah, I guess you can't. All right. That went well.
Yeah, good call.
Miss Loudman, you're on the air.
Okay. I'm going on a limb here. I would say I would actually bet money Death Noodles is on payroll from Ethan Klein, unironically.
All right. Prove it.
I'm mainly just thinking this because his most recent tweet where I was looking at where he literally just links an episode of Frenemies and says, "Oh, this is what Trisha Paytas and Ethan Klein said." Who the fuck cares? Why the fuck would you do that?
Because it might not be payroll. It doesn't even have to be perfectly honest with you. It could be just something simple as it's tribal. That's
you also get the benefit of, you're retweeting one of his clips, right? Or posting one of his clips. Most likely the people who follow Ethan are going to see that, right? So it's a snowball effect. Kind of
it's weird. It's weird. When I was going in on Ethan, I didn't get hardly any shit. A little here and there. I've probably gotten more shit from, that stunt I pulled with Diorio. So I mean, I don't even know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you, but I don't know if he's on payroll, and I don't know if it's even all that interesting to.
I think it's just really odd.
Yeah, but is it odd? I don't think it's any more odd than me and Nick are on the same page on a lot of things. They're all getting on. It's not that we're sitting there going back together and, like, okay, here's the narrative for the day, boys. I don't think they're doing that too. I just think they're like-minded, and it kind of looks that way. And I also think Death Noodles would sell his mother for 25 cents if he thought he could make a nickel on it. I mean, I don't think there's anything that he's not capable of. Nothing. Not a thing. Nothing. Well, maybe murder, but I mean, yeah, is in this realm. I don't think there's anything he's not willing to do. And it was since Nick's videos come out, it almost looked like it juiced him to do the things that, like, I obviously he didn't watch Nick's video and say, "Well, I better not do that again." I mean, it was, it did, like. I remember when Pyro put the video out and put my little clip in there. I was like, boy, I gotta watch what I say. I can't be, I could be taken out of context and, you know, he kind of got me there. That's not how I want to be heard. You know, I got to be a little more careful what I say. I don't think he's like that. I don't think he inspects himself like that. Go figure. You know.
Like a lot of people, I guess.
Right.
No, either way, payroll or not, it shouldn't matter. He's still garbling Ethan's cock, and that's a problem.
All right, that's what's important. Cock gargling. Bye-bye, sir. All right. Little Purple Midnight. How are you, sweetie?
There we go. Hello, hope you're all good. So I just wanted to kind of, I guess, I hate that I agree with something that you said earlier about.
Why would you hate agreeing with me? I'm fucking wonderful and brilliant.
No, okay. I mean, as in, I hate the fact that it's probably going to be a thing, and that it will definitely, come over to the.
Well, I'm usually right. Nobody likes to believe me until it's too late. But go ahead.
Because I think it's this idea that this whole mental health and depression is like spectrum or whatever, and it's like, you've got people on sort of one end and then people on the not so great end, but they'll still want to have time off because they need to recuperate and have like a self-help day or whatever.
Yeah.
You said it though, didn't you? It's a spectrum. They say it that way to create more and more disorders.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like, for me, like personally, I've seen a lot of other people with disorders and whatnot who, because there are people in your chat who are like, oh, hey, I have a disability that means I can't, I literally can't work. But it's like there's so many people who have these problems and do have the capacity or can actually function and work. And then there are the people that just want a day off.
Yeah.
And
I think that's the problem
that pisses me
with it. It's a problem with it in the first place. It's not that I don't believe don't get misconstrued what I'm saying. It's not that I don't believe there's legitimate mental illness. It's just that, it's the lengths that people are willing to go.
Yeah.
To avoid accountability for anything, and this is a catch-all because nobody wants to. I've had this before too, like when dealing with like Hojin, who I never it's 2 years now, so I never believed that bitch went to the hospital. I never believed that bitch was gonna kill herself. She's an egomaniac. I never believed it, and I was irritated when Turkey Tom took his videos down. I thought, fuck him. And here's another thing. It's what my father always brings out when somebody threatens to kill themselves. How is that anybody's responsibility but other than the person that did it? So you have this one catch-all right there, and it just kind of stops progress. I really do believe if you could somehow change culture into failure is not good, but it's not the end of the world and it's a building block. I think
it's just supposed to teach you how to be better. That's
a lot of this shit would go away because failure is like, or being seen as someone who's failed or somebody who can't get it done, rather than be seen that way, rather than like, all right, now I got to go back to the drawing board. There's this kind of like out. And it's not just mental health. It's my skin color. It's I'm a woman. Because I'm poor and I'm white. It's because you have this crutch in so many different areas. And I think if you would just make failure all right, you failed, dude. You fucked it up, but I got a road for you. And make that acceptable. But see, that's not going to happen. Because this is one thing that nobody's going to do. And it's never going to happen. I think they're taking it out of the military. Okay? We have demonized getting yelled at. That's the biggest problem. We have demonized, apologize to Mr. BTFO. You have fucking kiddie porn on your computer. There you go. You have, if you could somehow, say, you got to get yelled at. I'm not getting yelled at. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to run to the office. I'm going to run to my principal, my boss, or anything like that. If once you eliminate that, I think a lot of this stuff just goes away.
I agree with you 100%. That's the issue.
Getting yelled at is not the end.
You can't abuse the behavior.
The problem with fucking the same thing my recruiter told me in the army. I asked the guy straight out, they're going to kick the shit out of me. He really depends on what you do, but more than likely not, they'll get in more trouble than you. That's what the recruiter told me.
Wow.
Straight out. And I said, okay, because I wanted to know, because my uncle was in Vietnam and they kicked the shit fucking out of them, and they weren't allowed to do it, and they did it anyway. So that's what I was trying to get at. Like, all right, just I wasn't asking, so I'm not going if they kick my ass. I was like, all right, I want to know what to expect here. You know, that was really, that was really it. But I think, yeah, all you got to do is like getting yelled at. It's not an option to say I'm not mentally healthy or I can't be here, because if that's true, you're disabled and you can't be here. You know,
it's difficult because I think growing up, the mental health scene for me was, I'd seen someone else that was kind of an attention-seeking type behavior, and no one really knew how to deal with it. No one was grounded and straight up with her, because if you were, it would just offend her. And I think we're too soft now, and I think there's a mix of, because I don't want a therapist that
I bet Russia doesn't have this type of shit.
Oh, definitely not.
I don't think they have this type of shit in the Middle East.
Well, you know what?
I doubt China has a fucking get out of work day for you. I'm not feeling upset. I'm feeling upset at the world. I'm not really happy with Xi Jinping's fucking policies. I think I need a week off. That's not happening there. And usually the stronger culture wins.
Well, here's the thing, though. The reason why it doesn't happen there is because you just get a bullet to the head if you say that.
I mean, in my opinion, I guess it's kind of people don't seem to like this opinion. They kind of feel like it's a hot take or something. This is all the liberal people, I guess.
No, because I even think that itself is nobody wants to be held accountable. And I don't think the so-called liberal people, liberals are telling people since I was a kid, you don't have to be held accountable for anything unless it's something we don't like, So I think it's
people that want to. Sorry.
It's a lack of accountability and a lack of I want responsibility. Responsibility is great if you can handle it. Become more powerful.
Yep.
If you can handle a family or pay your bills and buy your car and pay all that, and it's a pretty empowering feeling. I don't think whether you're a man or a woman or you keep a marriage together. I mean, I'm pretty proud of myself that me and my wife don't throw shit at each other. There's no infidelity problems. My son seems relatively stable. He's doing really well in school, or all the ratings are in. In fact, it just looks like he's getting a little chubby from the thing, and we got him outside doing sprints once a day. So I'm pretty proud of that. But I think those types of things are not, at least even when I was a kid, were not considered a real honorable goal to have. When I was a kid, it was like, you're a loser if you're not like a rock star or an athlete. It's like, no, those people are exceptions to the rule. Like, just being able to balance everyday life is kind of where it's at. That's cool.
I think we've become
That's awesome.
so anti-bullying now that, maybe not bullying is not the word, but we've become so anti-hurting people's feelings, because in some cases, you might need to hurt someone's feelings a bit to actually help them progress in life.
I got to be honest with you. It's like where the shit didn't. I was 27 when I joined the military. It was the first place where none of this shit flew. And I'm so much better off because boy, did it hurt, and boy, did my ego get deflated. When it's finally when I was taught, I remember this guy took me aside. He had been to basic training 10 years earlier when he's in the Marine Corps, and he wanted to be an officer during Iraq. So he was out of the military so long, he went back in when he's 30, so he had to go to basic training again. And he says, you have to get rid of two words, I don't know and no. They don't exist here. And if you carry that kind of outside, things get a lot better real quick. They get better for you.
Because
they get better for you. I
personally have a big failure complex, and I know that it's in my head I'm constantly kind of going around this thing of once I fail, it's the be all end all, but then I have to kind of tell myself, no, it's not. And I think there's a lot of people out there, because failure is seen as such a negative thing, when actually it should be for growth. And I know that, but it isn't drilled into me enough yet, or enough people yet. And I guess, I'm still young, so it's definitely a school thing.
Yeah, well,
I think the key is when something goes wrong, not to look at it and go, "Oh my God, the world is over. Who did this to me? Who can I blame?" I think the key is to go, "How can I fix this?"
That's it.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's. I'm sorry if you heard that noise. I apologize. Oh, the weird noise.
You just
But
say sorry to me.
What the fuck?
And now you know what? We should be able to
heard that.
sexually harass bitches again. I think that's really would bring our society. Sexually harassing. By the way, what's your cup size? There you go. See, if we just get that, just get that. How tall are you? That's what we should do.
Like that's not sexual to me. That's just like.
Oh, we're joking around. Yeah.
I don't have. Well, I mean, if someone asked me that, it's like I don't see that as a sexual harassment.
Of course you wouldn't. You're fun.
Well, you have a functioning brain, don't you?
Well, here's the problem. This went from the colleges to our work. This went from the colleges to the work. Like I can't even be creepy for a joke. You know, colleges.
This is what I was saying.
To like now on a stupid show.
5-6 years ago, when this shit was coming out of college campuses every single day,
yeah.
I was telling people, I was like, "You don't understand. These are going to become adults soon in the real world. It's going to follow them." Everyone's going, nah, everything will be fine.
No,
the real world is like.
Because we started the first time I heard the word political correctness was in 1990, and they were complaining back then that it was being used to shut down speech in Berkeley. The home of free speech. Yeah,
history repeats.
Yeah, but then it became kind of a meme and a joke. It doesn't really exist. Even Bill Maher named his show Politically Incorrect. Or something like that. So, it was like that really doesn't exist. Now it did, and just grew. It took 30 years to grow. All right, thanks very much, sweetheart. All right, are you gonna date me? Because otherwise, I gotta get out of here.
You're sexually harassed.
Oh my God!
How are you gonna deal with that? How are you gonna deal with that? I don't know. Well, take a mental health day.
Oh my God!
Take care. Bye bye. Bye, sweetie. Bye, Susan. I need your Harry
She's
Potter
still going.
voice right next to me. That's what I need. Alpha Russ, you're on here.
Hey, Tommy, how you doing?
Shoot.
Alpha, what up?
Good, great.
My name is so more.
I like talking to her. She's sweet.
Yeah, very good. So
you can tell, Tommy.
I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking about how, in terms of Deaf Noodles, the fact that
I like girls. I like girls. I do. I dig chicks. I always did.
I like how you're interrupting the guy trying to.
Oh, hey, welcome, Alpha Russ. What's on your mind, man?
He's allowed. He's allowed. He's allowed. I'm good with it. No, he kind of reminds me of like how wrestlers have like certain gimmicks that kind of blur the lines between realism and like parody. What it is.
She's not 16. She said she was 20.
Oh, fuck's that, Tommy?
Fuck off, John Murray. Well, hey, welcome to the show, Alpha Russ. What's on your mind, man?
A lot. How you doing?
How you doing?
Can't teach that. No, but my question, I want to ask. Actually, I wanted to ask Biscuit this. How far on the scale of like the realism to like fakeism is Deaf Noodles really approaching? Because I feel like he's really like going too.
I think you're overcomplicating. This is a fraud that is doing anything to collect money and capital through like the internet fame or any other kind of fame he can get. He always talks about late night talk shows. He probably envisioned himself with Jimmy Kimmel and all those other unfunny assholes, And anybody that's ever said to you, "I study comedy," is inherently unfunny.
Yep.
Inherently unfunny. Nobody studies comedy. They watch it, they get some ideas and get influence and know how to deliver. But you're fucking funny if you're not. I mean, anybody, technically, I'm a runner. I was running around today, but I'm a talented runner like Usain Bolt or anything. You're born with that. And he clearly was not born with any kind of, is he Bill Burr? Give me a break. Eddie Murphy? I mean, Richard Pryor? He is not. He could never hold a fucking candle.
No.
I heard he like
bringing them up as an insult.
I heard he like guys that I don't think as good as him, but are great nonetheless. Rodney Dangerfield is like his hero. He couldn't hold Rodney Dangerfield's jockstrap, and Rodney Dangerfield was also a great human being on top of that. So no, it's like he's just a crumb. He's just
I don't think it's about the comedy. I just think he knows what works to make him money, and he can hide behind it's satire, bro.
It's just
like it's that simple.
He's not fun.
It's kind of like how, if you think about it, back in the 80s and 90s when the Four Horsemen were around and they got that heel heat, like back in the day.
Why do you sound so much like Jay Lee? Are you from Oregon? Are you from Washington State?
Equivalent of that.
Are you from
I thought it
Washington
was game with
State?
Jay Lee.
It sounds like Jay Lee, right?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Me?
Yeah.
Illinois.
Yeah.
Really? He sounds so much like his speech pattern. He's a wrestling fan. Like, it's just such a weird. Oh, that's pretty weird.
It is pretty weird, I guess. But...
All right, what's your cup size? What's your cup size?
Sorry. Cup's hat, maybe. Yeah.
What's your cup size? How tall are you? How much you weigh? Play along with the joke, Play along with
that
the
Chaos
joke.
Girl fixed her headset.
All right, sweetie. Did you fix your headset? No. Hi.
I like how you put it in your name. Fixed my headset.
Why not?
Well, I figured that's how you'd see it.
She's got
So,
something to say.
okay.
Let's let her go.
So, my thing is all the whole mental health thing. Most people, like 9 out of 10 people who have any sort of problem, not just mental health, but anything, you just want to be treated like you're normal.
Yeah,
sure.
Most of the time.
man.
Like, and so I hate all of this babying bullshit. I mean, I get it, like, if you're short, yeah, in a workplace where you need to reach something high, yeah, you'll need to have a stepladder around. That's a reasonable accommodation. If you have ADD and you're in a workplace where you have to sit at a computer for a long stretch of time, yeah, every now and then, don't be upset if I take a minute to stretch. Not take 20 minutes, but the problem
What if you have paranoid schizophrenia and you're
small.
What if you have split personality?
They just give you 12 name tags when you get the job.
What if you have a schizoid disorder and think you're a bird? You're always trying to jump off the roof of the building and fly away.
The big thing that you run into is that there's this very small, that 1 out of 10 that want to milk shit. It's like the person who, when they break their leg, they're like, I'm gonna milk this having a bell.
The Peter Griffin meme.
I gotta be honest with you, I hear people that don't necessarily have mental health disorders talk about, I have to look out for my mental health and I have to look out for... Like, who fucking talks like that hasn't been a psychiatrist?
It's what I said before. The people who actually have issues,
yeah, but I'm talking
aren't begging like this because they're too busy actually taking care of it and living their lives.
I'm not aware of some of these people even being diagnosed with anything, and they're like, I have to worry. We all have to take care of your mental health. We hear that at fucking nauseum, in on our sports or everywhere else. So they're using all that horse shit,
Yeah, I mean, like my husband, he busts his ass. He works so many freaking extra hours, and
appreciate that.
I have to tell him all the time, hey, you know what?
Really
Let's go take the dog to the park.
That's your job as a wife. I think that's it's your job.
But that's looking out for your mental health.
Yeah.
That's
why guys die young. Like they don't have wives, so they just drop dead at like 60 or 59 or something like that, because they don't have a woman saying, "Hey, you gotta go. Oh, one more thing. No, you're walking the dog. You're not getting any pussy. All right, we're walking the dog." That's how women really compliment men. It's their lifesavers, literally.
I mean, and it's just that's just living life. I mean, everybody's. I mean, when you get down to it, everybody's got something that makes them, gives them an advantage and something that gives them a disadvantage.
Except me,
it's
I'm
all
perfect.
just.
I'm perfect.
Same shit.
I have a perfect life. My wife. I have no mental problems. Nobody dislikes me.
I have a lot of mental problems.
Well, you lost your leg. I'd probably have it too. But that's the thing. I didn't even lose my leg. I'm doing great. All right. So, anything else you want to close on, sweetie?
No, that's it. Thanks.
All right, sweetie.
Have a good one.
Take it easy.
There is some advantage to being sort of a comedy show and talking about this, because somebody says, "Yeah, it was a fucking terrible take." I was like, I could kind of pull Deaf Noodles and say, "Well, I'm Tommy C. What do you want?"
It's true.
You taking my advice? Go fuck yourself. I'm not giving advice here. I'm just. Oh, that's right. That reminds me. Mr. X Wharton, I have to. What was that? I've got to talk to Nick after this privately. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Could have done it before. I have an arcade addiction. I bought one in a month. Come on now. I'm buying like 2 more as soon as they move the
Tom, you got to put a clock on the wall above the arcade cabinets. How many minutes it's been since you purchased one?
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, somebody I said nobody should listen to those guys because one they're old and bald, and I was like, well, that's him. Well, he's bald. I'm just old.
So wait, are we saying my hair level determines my opinion worth?
No, they didn't take. I don't know what you said that irritated them, but they didn't bother to discredit or kind of debunk what you said. But they did say you were missing hair follicles.
And now I'm fucking offended. I'm not missing them. They moved. Okay, they moved.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to talk to Connor. Connor.
Hello.
How are you? How can I help you?
I'm all right. I'm, with all the stuff Def Noodles is saying, it's a shock that it would be a complete surprise that if he does hit it big, that a content cop style video wouldn't come out. And
from Ian, you think? Are you kidding me? Ian? Like
no, not Ian himself. Like that's kind of video, like a big.
Yeah, but it's got to be somebody bigger that I'm willing to put on with all his SJW fucking fans. I don't see that happening. Like I think people are watching this stream or were watching this stream, kind of with the idea that I would have an answer. I don't. I'm sorry. It's maybe why this show sucks. I don't have an answer. Kavos, I don't.
No, this show doesn't.
Love Kavos to death, and maybe these are just little pricks that'll make the whole thing fall. You can lie like a rat on YouTube, as long as you're an ally to a certain group of people. It doesn't matter.
That's known. You could, as long as you're on the right side, you can basically do whatever you want.
I mean, like this guy is like, we're supposed to be getting rid of fake news, which by the way is a bad idea because we're just label anything we disagree with fake news. Yep. Like there's no faker news than fucking this guy. None. Mm-hmm. He's a lying, dangerous, faking coward in every sense of the word. I mean, God,
they ban Alex Jones, but they won't ban this guy.
I hate the word small dick energy, and boy, it hits you like a ton of bricks with that guy. The whole phrase small dick energy. All right, Connor, anything else? I'm gonna take the last call of the day.
You guys were talking about arcades. Got to ask, Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter?
Which one? The one with the light up marquee, or here's the thing. All right. The two new ones that came out. The two new ones? Because they just re-released Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter.
Yeah, it was Mortal Kombat 11. I don't remember the subtitle, but Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition.
That's like the 12th re-release of Street Fighter 5.
Well, that's not an arcade. Those are just software. That's for Street Fighter 5.
I think the question was which you like better. Am I right?
What's your favorite franchise?
Oh, well, that's not an arcade.
Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter?
Mortal Kombat.
That's a hard one.
Arcade. They were arcade games.
Okay. So this generation of fighting games. No, Mortal Kombat's not a fucking arcade game. It's just a modern fighting game. I have to say that Street Fighter 5 is so bad this gen that I think both Tekken and Mortal Kombat are better fighting games. And I can't believe because Mortal Kombat has never been a very deep fighting game. But it is a lot more fun. I'll tell you what.
I think I've played more Mortal Kombat 11 than I have Street Fighter 5.
Street Fighter 5 is a
Street Fighter 3 was where it's at.
Street Fighter 3 is great. Street Fighter 4 is great. I like Street Fighter Alpha 3. I like Street Fighter Tournament.
Third Strike Online Edition is going to die soon. So
yeah, I know.
I know.
PS3 on PS3. I have my PS3 right next to me. I still have it loaded.
I also have my PS3 right over there with a nice download of Street Fighter 3 Online Edition.
Well,
am I the only one who misses Marvel vs. Capcom 2?
No, and they can't get it back on there. Actually, there's rumors that Arcade 1-Up just got the rights for it.
That would be nice. That would.
I want one so bad. I will buy the shit out of that.
Yeah, well, you're looking at that's going to be that one's going to run $500 to $600. That arcade.
Yeah.
Because they're going to have to get a better. Well, they're going to have to get a better PCB, and they're probably going to have to pay off that company Redream. See, I think Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is going to come with probably another fighting game from Capcom, but it's going to be Dreamcast version of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and it's going to be the arcade version of Marvel vs. Capcom 2. But the thing is, Dreamcast is considered the better.
PS3 version.
Dreamcast is considered the better of the two versions, which is really unusual because the arcade always supersedes it. So I think you're gonna have a choice, and maybe they'll throw SNK versus Capcom in there. That'd be awesome.
That would be cool. That'd actually be really cool.
Awesome, and maybe throw that motherfucker online because I gotta be honest with you, have the NBA Jam works great, and I'm in Europe and it's not supposed to work. So I can only imagine how good it works in the United States.
Wait, those cabinets actually have online?
The NBA Jam cabinet does.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, dude, I get a game. Well, I had to wire this. I don't like. It doesn't say it's. It says it's wireless, but if you get one of like you get for your Wii or your Switch, you get that thing. You put USB, so you're kind of capped at 100 megabytes, right? So I wired that in there, and it does. It registers as being wired, and I can get a game. Turn it on right now. Play all night. Awesome. I can probably play all night.
If they release a Marvel cabinet, they need.
I got to be a little picky. I got to make sure they have at least 2 bars, right? And I'll have to go in. Okay, they don't have it. Pop out, pop out, pop out. But considering it wasn't even supposed to work in Europe, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they make a Street Fighter 3 one eventually, because Street Fighter 3 is my favorite fighting game ever made.
Okay. I think I'm done for the day. Thank you very much, Connor. Guys, if you want to talk to me, I'm going to continue bullshitting a little bit. I'm going to have a cigarette. In the paper chat, it's here right afterwards. I love tech in the Discord. It's right there. I'd love to talk to y'all. Haven't done that in a little while. Maybe we'll try to work out a members only stream and stuff like that. So I hope I got to the calls. I hope I made the Def Noodles stuff abundantly fucking clear. I hate talking about the guy because it's so fucking tired, It's just it sucks. So I'll see y'all Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or whatever fucking other stupid content we're gonna put out. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence, devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist, fake identities. Okay, you cool with Jason Bourne, running with these Wolverines. Okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree. Chi-town, the king's home, slapping 5s, black stones, 6 mile to danger zones. Bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated to evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe. Here's a headline.